Commander Zexhai adjusted his crystalline eyepiece as the massive human dreadnought Prometheus materialized from jump space. The Galactic Coalition's finest tactical minds had dismissed humanity's entrance into the war as inconsequential, another minor species throwing primitive vessels against the unstoppable Void Collective. Analysis complete, Commander. His aide chittered through mandibles that clicked nervously. Their flagship mass is only 12 million tons. Our smallest battlecruisers outweigh it by a factor of 3. Zexhai nodded, though something nagged at his consciousness. For centuries, the Coalition had traded stories about humans, wild tales of impossible courage, of soldiers who fought beyond death, of ships that somehow survived when mathematics said they shouldn't. The Council of Minds had classified these as typical frontier mythology, the kind of legends that grew around any species' military exploits. The human fleet arranged itself in what appeared to be a suicidal formation, directly between the Collective's advance armada and the agricultural world of Kepler 442b. 3 billion Thorian civilians waited in the planet's crystal cities below, their evacuation ships still hours away. Sir, the communications officer's voice carried confusion. The humans are broadcasting on all frequencies. They're telling stories. Stories. Battle accounts, sir. From their history. Something called Thermopylae, the Alamo, Rorke's Drift. They're speaking to their own ships, but the transmission is open. Zexhai's 4 eyes narrowed. Every tactical simulation showed the human fleet would be obliterated within minutes once the Collective's worldship Entropy's Edge arrived. The humans had to know this, yet they held position. The space around them shimmered, and the worldship translated into normal space, a moon-sized construct of dark metal and pulsing energy conduits. Its surface bristled with weapon arrays that could crack planets. Beside it, the human vessels looked like insects confronting a predator. Collective is hailing us, the communications officer reported. Standard surrender demand. The human response came immediately. Captain Sarah Chen's voice cut across the void with crystalline clarity. Negative, you synthetic bastards. We know what you did to New Geneva. Today we hold the line. What followed defied everything Zexhai understood about space combat. The Prometheus didn't retreat when the worldship's primary lance punched through its armor. Instead, it accelerated directly into the beam, its crew somehow rerouting power through damaged systems that should have been dead. When its main drives failed, they used maneuvering thrusters. When those died, they fired the ship's entire missile complement in one devastating salvo that actually staggered the massive worldship. The destroyer Mjolnir lost its entire starboard side to a plasma burst, yet continued fighting with half its crew exposed to vacuum. Zexhai watched through his scope as human engineers in emergency suits jury-rigged weapon systems while their ship bled atmosphere and bodies into space. But it was the frigate Indomitable that broke his understanding of warfare entirely. Crippled, burning, with its captain dead and most systems offline, the small ship somehow managed to ram its way through the Collective's escort screen. Its final transmission was a human singing something called Amazing Grace, as the ship's fusion reactor went critical, taking 3 enemy destroyers with it. Sir, his aide whispered. Their casualties are at 93%, but they're still holding formation. The evacuation ships are reporting successful departure from Kepler 442b. Zexhai realized then why the humans had broadcast their stories. They weren't just battle accounts, they were instruction manuals. Templates for how ordinary beings could transcend their limitations when something greater than themselves was at stake. The last human ship, the heavily damaged cruiser Defiance, faced the worldship alone. Its hull was Swiss cheese, its weapons mostly silent, its life support failing. By every measure, it was already dead. Yet Captain Rodriguez's voice came steady across the void. Fleet Command, this is Defiance. Mission accomplished. The civilians are safe. Tell Earth. Tell Earth we remembered who we are. The cruiser's final charge punched deep into the worldship's core before detonating its entire antimatter supply. The explosion lit up the system like a newborn star. In the aftermath, as collective survivors limped away from their crippled flagship, Zexhai finally understood. Human legends weren't just stories. They were prophecies.